Bryce today, just all things considered?
Really thought Bryce was outstanding. Great mound presence, great stuff, good secondary stuff, and really all three of them were. John was just as good behind him, and so was Clayton.
You were talking, or he sometimes has some issues with walks. What's the key for a guy like that to really just kind of limit those on the mound, not?
No, I think probably the most common thing people would tell you is strike one. Start probably is where it starts, but rhythm and timing. And as we're going here, his rhythm and timing's getting better. Even in North Carolina, he threw the ball. He threw strikes. I mean, it wasn't scattered, and really excited about it.
When you have this many strikeouts in a weekend series, what causes your pitchers to be so successful and miss so many bats?
Yeah, you know what? That's something that you can't really map out, and you go start trying to do that, you can get yourself in real bad trouble by overthrowing. And really, I think guys are sticking with the process, if you want to say, pitch to pitch, and just trying to execute pitches. And sometimes it's under the barrel, sometimes it's over the barrel, sometimes I guess it's around the barrel. So I think it starts with just executing pitches.
How do you think they were able to finally get a couple runs across the plate with Brett Stanley later? You think Brett was getting a little tired, or your guys just started seeing the ball a lot better?
Man, I'm going to call Shannon Dobson tonight. He's the coach at Broken Arrow High School. He pitched for him. I'll say, hey, you could at least call and say, hey, this guy can pitch, because he was really impressive. He was probably towards the end of his rope a little bit. Guys had seen him a few times and thought the guys really did a good job of hanging in there. And Braxton really came up with a big double after the hit by pitch. It kind of set the whole thing up. And, it's pretty neat when you're getting that down there.
I was going to say, does that just show the persistence of your lineup? Because y'all had guys in scoring position a lot of times just couldn't come through until that second.
Yeah, there was a time in the game where, we had a guy on third with less than 2 outs. And amateur hitters just aren't going to get that done every time. And we had another one where it was a wild pitch. And it's just a tough read as a fastball in the dirt. And, I was sitting there for a while just going, hey, we just got to stick with it. And we capitalized when we got some base runners. We didn't get a whole bunch of them, but really probably fortunate that we pitched so well and played good defense to put us in position to score some runs.
I know Dylan was the one in the box. He probably saw it better, but was that just a case of him just looking for a pitch and getting in?
No, I think the pitch. I mean, really, I think you're talking about you're hunting a fastball, and he hit a mistake in the middle of the plate. And good hitters can do that. Bat stays in the zone, and it was a big swing. I mean, anytime you can hit a 3-run Jimmy Jack, that's good, right?
Don't have many games left. Only 2 conference series remaining. Do you think your lineup is starting to hit its stride as the season's about to wrap up?
I tell you, man, we've been telling these guys since day one how much fun they are to watch play. But since we moved Josh over there, it's been a lot of fun, and felt like it's been coming, and it's been a lot of fun. It's always fun. These guys work; they stick with it each day and put the work in, and do what they need to do to have some success. But that's really felt like that's solidified some things, and it's been a lot of fun for all of us.
What's been so fun about moving Josh over there, specifically?
Fundamentals.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're talking about the difference between good and great's fundamentals, and he's pretty fundamentally sound. And he's a worker. Probably the neatest thing about it is how hard he works, and he gets rewarded for it.
I know you want to enjoy this probably for at least
yeah.
the rest of the day, but
Yeah.
If you can give us a quick scout report on UTRGV?
Man, I don't have a whole lot really at this point. We played them a couple years down, 2 years ago maybe. We went down there, and they're a tough bunch. I think they won some games against Seattle at home this weekend, and they've won 4 or 5 conference series, I think. And they get warm weather down there, so they play a lot of baseball. And I know they're headed to Las Cruces from here, and we appreciate them coming out. And you have to go out and you got to respect your opponent and respect the game, and play the game the right way, and they'll be no different.
I figure I know what your answer will be, because you want to win every game because of RPI. But how do you balance it with some big Big 12 series coming up with the midweek games as well?
Yeah, Yeah, well, I guess we'll run into that on Tuesday and kind of figure that out between now and then. And opportunity to get some guys some at bats and some innings might be there. But again, you got to respect the opponent. You got to go with your best deal and go play the game the right way and try to do things the right way during the game.
Skull get a little extra time in the ice bath after getting hit twice today.
I think he'll be fine. He's an old catcher. He'll be fine, even though he could be in there.
Sorry. Looking at Clayton, though, does it show a lot about like a maturity for a guy in that kind of role to work outside of all those counts with where he has 3 balls and just work out of those counts?
He's just, I think he's just trying to find rhythm as he goes out there. As you're talking about his second inning of the week, and awful good stuff. I mean, there's not a lot of guys coming out of bullpens like that, and we're really excited about, him. Every time he goes to the mound, I mean, you're going, well, this is cool to watch. And I think you're really just talking about rhythm and timing, but he's also really, what you alluded to, he's very mature. He's going to stick with it pitch to pitch.
Coach, I know you mentioned last week that you throw in on Tuesday, Wednesday.
We're going Montgomery and Lanning as of right now.
So do you kind of have your, now as we get closer to the end of the season, do you have your kind of 3 weekend guys settled out when it comes to pitching and your meet with guys?
Well, I like the way all 3 of them threw the ball this weekend. I mean, there could always be a matchup situation, I guess. But I mean, those 3 guys right there give you a chance to, go beat anybody on any given day. And that's pretty fun to watch.
But you guys are 71-16 at home the last 3 years. What makes Danlaw Field and what makes you guys have such a dominant home field advantage?
I would say really good players and a really good crowd, really good fan base, really good support, all those things. I mean, but you can't do that without really good players. And not that we're counting, but I mean, I'd like for it to be a little better, maybe. I was like, man, that doesn't sound near as good to me. We've got good players. I mean, these guys play fundamentally sound. They're going to give themselves a chance.
Every Big 12 series is obviously important, but how big is it to come out and beat an Oklahoma State team that was coming in here really, really hot?
Yeah, got a lot of respect for all of them, their whole staff and their program and what their program's done over the last, you go back to Gary Ward and that whole deal, and last 40 years always have kind of, watched how good that program is. And so, anytime you can win a conference series, it's special. To get in position to, do what we did today, we don't probably think about it quite as much as from a standpoint of what you're talking about, sweeping. You're really trying to go out and play the game the best you can each day and get yourself in trouble if you did do that. And you know what? There could be some things about today where we were moving on. We weren't real sharp offensively at times and moved on a lot of pitches. That maybe just out of the zone, and that's probably contributed to Stanley some, and also maybe some over-aggressiveness and maybe thinking about what you just said, sweeping, instead of just sticking with the pitch-to-pitch process.
I know you always talk about taking it day by day, but I'm just curious, how much attention do you pay attention to, like, of those other Big 12 teams that are right in the thick of a regular season title with you, like Baylor or whatever? How often do you look at the standings and see what they do?
I pay attention to it. I look at it daily, morning, evening. My wife would probably appreciate it if I could quit looking at it some. But there's you got to be able to compartmentalize all that. You can look at it and go, okay, hey, this is what we need to do. And it's also fun to see how other teams are doing. I mean, it's a really good league, and it's neat to see who gets who each day. And so we look at scores, we look at the standings, as far as that goes. And don't shy away from that. We're trying to win the league, that's for sure.
Regarding that left field spot, what's the competition like between Masters and Max right now?
It's pretty good. I would say pretty good. Both those guys bring a lot to the table. They're both really good runners. They're both really competitive. And right now it's been right and left. And I guess if anybody really takes off, they take the job. And so, and there's some other guys you could work in there. And you guys don't forget about Otremba. You know, he had some really big at-bats early, and he's a guy that works really hard and shows up each day, and he's ready for the opportunity, I'm sure.
He was just locating really well. Their pitch staff all weekend was able to locate every pitch, and stuff was on today, and it was pretty tough to hit. But I think in the seventh, I think he left a couple balls up. In my situation, first and third, I'm not trying to hit something on the ground there, and he left the fastball a little too high. So.
Kind of feel like you gave and it was Bryson before that. Were able to just take advantage of those pitches. You were able to find that pitch you needed.
Yeah, we finally caught some mistakes and executed. So.
What's the key to not allowing that frustration of leaving guys on base, especially in scoring position like y'all did the first couple innings? Let it boil over.
Just got to move on. It's like every day, you're going to take every at bat differently, depending on the situation. You can't let your past at bat affect your present one. So, I mean, my last at bat, second, third one out, I could have got a run in there, and I didn't. But if I had another at bat, I'd have confidence I'd get those runs in. So.
Just overall in the seventh inning, I guess, did you guys kind of feel like you had something going in there, and then once that walk happened, you guys felt like there was something brewing?
Like y'all say every day, momentum in an inning is big. Momentum in an inning is really big. I think me and Josh were talking about it. We had 5 quality ABs in a row, and when that happens as a team, you're gonna score runs and play well. So.
Can you speak to what Bryce was able to do? Obviously, he didn't start game off well with 4 straight balls, but then he was able to strike out a couple of guys, get out of that first inning. Did you see a little difference in him?
Yeah, he's had to get in the groove. We know what he can do. He's throw the ball really well, so if he can spot up those strikes, he could be very successful, and that's what he does.
So you pick maybe the biggest reason why y'all were able to sweep up Oklahoma State this weekend. What's the best thing that y'all did as a team?
I'd say our attitude just towards it. We haven't had the season we wanted to, so with these conference games, last couple of weeks, even the midweeks, we brought an attitude where we just got to step up and perform and execute. So.
You say, has there been a vocal or some voices in there that's been like, hey guys, we got to step it up?
For sure, J-Mac is one of them. He stepped up as a verbal leader. We don't have many verbal leaders. More of just follow my lead. I'm going to do my job, just kind of action-based. But we've had some guys talk it up now and get us going, so that's good.
Do you think the lineup's starting to hit its stride with only a couple conference series remaining?
For sure. I think we're figuring our lineup out, and obviously it's not going to stay the same throughout the season. Some guys get in slumps, some guys get hot, but I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I felt like really after that first inning, he got those 3 punch outs the first inning, I think. After that walk, he really started feeling himself and filling up the zone better, and I'm sure that gave him confidence to keep going, and he really bucked up when we needed him to today, and I'm really proud of the way he threw the ball.
As a staff, when y'all are able to get that many strikeouts in a weekend series, what's the key? Is it just you're feeling it and you're able to miss bats, or what's the key to that?
I think just really executing pitches, and Coach Gardner called a really good weekend. You know, we really did our research on these guys, I felt like, and kind of knew we had a good plan going in, how we were going to pitch everybody, and really just had 3 days of guys executing pitches and, you know, doing their deal, which is what we need. It was fun to watch.
What's impressed you the most about Clayton coming out of the bullpen? I know he's a young fireballer like you are.
Probably how easy he can throw 96, 97 miles an hour. It does not look like he's throwing the ball very hard. And, you know, he's a guy that set out last year with an arm injury. And, you know, early in the fall, his freshman year, we saw that kind of stuff. And we were like, man, this kid's going to be good. And I'm so happy for Beater, and I'm just so glad the way he's been throwing the ball. He's really been coming out and doing his deal. And he's a great arm for us, great asset to have.
Is like, can you top the gun, or will he beat you on that?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say me just because of pride, I guess, but he definitely got a live arm on him.
What do you think was working for you today specifically, and also how do you think your secondary stuff has evolved this year?
I think the slider's been my go-to secondary pitch, and I feel like it's just come along as far as the consistency with it and being able to get it down in the zone, making it look like a fastball, and then breaking it off late. And that starts also with fastball command that's been better because your fastball sets up your off-speed pitches. So probably a lot of fastball command and then just executing that slider, getting it down, not leaving it up over the plate, except for one pitch today.
What's the key, like when if your secondary, like your slider, if it's not quite working one day, you don't have quite command on it one day as you did the other, do you just have to rely more on the fastball and just have to rely on painting different parts of the zone with it?
I guess so. Sometimes it's not, you're not going to have your best stuff every day. But if it's a day where you don't have your best stuff, I think you just got to commit to it and make it better, and just do your deal.
What's been so good about the bullpen too? Y'all were clutch. I don't know, maybe like you gave up 1 or 2 runs as a staff this weekend series. Is it just again commanding pitches?
I think just commanding pitches, having a good plan, and just feeding off each other's energy. When one guy goes out there and does a good job, you want to go out there and do the same thing. You don't want to let him down and pitch him with a lead or behind. We're always saying just put up zeros, put up zeros, put up zeros. That's our whole mentality, and it was fun to watch everybody execute pitches.
Dylan was talking about how, especially early on, maybe mid-season, y'all weren't where you wanted to be as a team. Do you feel like it's kind of clicking now? Can you see it?
Well, you never want to say you're there, and as long as our best baseball is still in front of us, I feel like we definitely have gotten the ball rolling a little bit better. I mean, obviously. But as long as we keep getting better every day and keep thinking our best baseball is in front of us, we'll be all right.
Sweeping what was on Friday the first-place team in the Big 12, is this the type of series that really helps y'all as a staff just hit your stride?
Possibly, and I think this weekend's going to have momentum carry over in our next few series, and we really needed that. It was good. We were kind of saying at practice this week that, kind of acknowledging like, hey guys, it's a big weekend right here. We need to go out there and get it done, and I'm really glad we did.
How important has it been just being at home, getting back to routines, and just being able to kind of maybe refocus yourselves?
Playing at home, sleeping in your own bed, it's a lot better than in a hotel, going everywhere. But I guess just from the standpoint of getting prepared every day, I feel like some guys probably have better routines at home than on the road. But as long as we bring that kind of energy that we did this weekend to every game, we're gonna be tough.
Just curious, how did Big Bad John become your walk-up song?
Gosh, man, I tell you, my papa passed away recently. I had to fly home to Kansas weekend to go see papa one more time, and he would always call me Big Bad John. He'd say, "Here comes Big Bad John," and I just felt like we had a really great relationship. He really molded me into the man I am today, and I love him so much.